Question number 7, Jacinda Ardern.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Justice and asks, is she satisfied with all of the outcomes of her predecessor's family law reforms?
The Honourable Amy Adams.
It's my view that the family law reforms have had a positive impact on the family court. The reforms were designed to help people resolve their disputes outside the court where possible, saving themselves and their children being dragged through court proceedings and freeing up court time for the cases that really need it. Early indication that it's doing exactly that, with more than 50% of eligible cases completing family dispute resolution and 85% of those being able to resolve some or all matters between them. That being said, as with all new systems, we've already made and will no doubt continue to make refinements to the system.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Jacinda Ardern.
Was it her government's intention that, as the principal family court judge pointed out this morning, a quote, astounding 86% of claimants are seeking urgent hearings, up from 50%, because her predecessor's reforms means this is the only way they get legal representation and avoid massive delays?
Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Amy Adams.
Mr. Speaker, well, first of all, my officials advise me that the figure is in fact 67% of applications are being made without notice. But in actual fact, the requirement to be able to apply without notice is an important safeguard. What really matters is which cases proceed without notice, and I trust our judges to apply that, and I'm very confident that the cases that are proceeding without notice are those that really need it.
Supplementary question, Jacinda Ardern.
Does she agree with claims that her government's reforms have led to an unfair two-tiered system where families with money access a lawyer and, quote, can get all the assistance they need, and the rest who are left struggling with just an advice service and self-representation?
The Honourable Amy Adams.
Mr. Speaker, no, I don't, because as the members just pointed out, the reforms remove lawyers from the process for everyone except where they're absolutely necessary, and where they are, the Family Legal Advice Service is available and legal aid is available. But the whole point is that in the main, these are disputes around how to care for a couple's children. They're not legal issues, they're human and relationship issues, and keeping lawyers out and allow the parties to resolve matters for themselves has been internationally proven to give better, more resilient results.
Supplementary question, Jacinda Ardern.
Does she share the concerns expressed by the principal family court judge, who she says she trusts, that these reforms have led to people with unresolved disputes walking away and, quote, we are talking about thousands of people, when she dismissed these very same concerns at Select Committee last year?
The Honourable Amy Adams.
Mr. Speaker, I don't believe it's leading people to walk away. I believe there are a lot of people who manage to resolve their own issues, and in fact the reforms have helped people get parenting through separation advice, resolve their disputes through mediation, and so a lot fewer need to go to court, which is exactly what we want. And what we're finding is that the cases that end up in court are those that absolutely need to be there, and when they get to court, if they need legal advice, if they need lawyers in court, the judges are very free to make that order.
Supplementary
question, Jacinda Ardern.
Will she commit to bring forward the formal evaluation of her predecessor's reforms, which isn't scheduled to happen till 2017, and fix this mess given the systemic issues that are being raised now by judges and the impact it is having on families and the lives of children?
The Honourable Amy Adams.
Mr. Speaker, well, as I said in the answer to the primary, all of the information tells us that it is working and having a very positive effect. It is not going to resolve every issue. The evaluation will take place, but we have to have the right amount of data. They're already doing initial evaluations, but as you say, the full evaluation will take place next year. But actually, every indication that far more people are now resolving their cases themselves, directly, without the aid of lawyers, more quickly and in a more resilient way, and I think that's a good thing. It is true.
Question number 8.